My idea with this video was to go around, show you guys what's on my BRZ, and also give you a chance to see what a clean built BRZ should look like. So I'll start with the part of the car that's the most important, and in my opinion, the part that probably most of you care about. No internal engine work done to the car just because it's so new. With it only being, barely 3 years old, I didn't feel like taking apart the engine. So full bolt-ons for now. With me being in engineering school, this is probably the part I love the most about my car. There's so many options to customize it and so many things you can do to this. It's a 2-liter 4-cylinder boxer. It's 200 horsepower. Since this is the 2018 model, the car comes with this red intake manifold. So normally they're like black and they're plastic, but they upgraded it for this year, which is pretty nice. But some of you guys are probably wondering what this giant red pipe is leading to the top of the engine. Well, it really starts from this air filter right here. So it sucks in air from the atmosphere and it goes through the cool side of the turbo, down through the intercooler, and you can almost, you can see the blow off valve right there. That's what makes the sound when you let off the gas that you hear in the turbo. The air runs through the intercooler, cools it, goes into the top of the engine, runs through the engine, and under it there is a turbo manifold, which is just essentially an exhaust pipe. You can kind of see down there, and it comes into the hot side of the turbo. It's not hot, lol. And through the hot side of the turbo, it goes through a down pipe, and this is the down pipe right here. This one's actually catless, so it's just basically a straight pipe through it. There's just two O2 sensors right there, and it goes out to the back of the car. As you can see what I was talking about, it's just one straight pipe all the way out from the car. Yes, there's a resonator, and yes, there is a muffler because I didn't want it to be fully straight piped. There's just no cats in the system. This exhaust is an NVIDIA. No, it is not the NVIDIA N1. I'm not basic for any of you car enthusiasts. I think I have the N1 on a BRZ. It's not crazy loud. That's why there's mufflers right here. I went with the titanium tips, but since it's catless, it doesn't really block all of the carbon and other harmful fumes that come out of the exhaust. So basically the tips kind of turn black. I think the catless gives you more power and it even sounds better too. There's more options with a catless downpipe in terms of tuning. You can see these are my two oil lines. So if it didn't have the turbo, these wouldn't be here. It would just be the oil filter right on top of the housing right here. So the oil lines come under the turbo, right through there, behind the intercooler, and you can see the oil cooler kind of tucked right back there under this little thing. Purely aesthetics. The turbo is a 50mm Garrett ball bearing turbo. What it really pushes is 16 pounds, but the wastegate on the turbo manifold only allows about 10 pounds into the engine, and that other 6 pounds of boost kind of just flows off into the atmosphere. So I also really enjoy doing small details to this car, like all these little caps, kind of like right here, even the dipstick and coolant cap. Those are all yellow, so just kind of spray painted in black to match with everything under the engine bay. The ride height is not stock. I don't know how much of you guys can tell, but this is like the stock top hat basically. So you can't tell that there's like a coilover in here. It's actually on lowering springs, so yeah, it's like a 2-finger gap, I'd say. These wheels are in fact stock. They come stock on the 2018 BRZ TS because it's like the STI body kit essentially. I just powder coated them bronze because I didn't like the stock black look. I also plan to wrap the car like a gray, kind of like a satin gray, so I thought that would look good with it. The Brembos are stock as well. Most people don't even think they're stock, but they are on the 18s and the TSs. I changed the lug nuts to match it kind of in the valve stem cap. And also when you lower these cars, it's kind of hard to tell, but the fender, the wheel kind of tucks into the fender, so it would kind of look pushed in. So I put maybe a 10mm spacer. You can see it, the gray right there in the front. And in the back's got maybe about a 20, a little bit bigger, just to kind of push the wheels out more so that way they're flush with like the car. Oh yeah, everyone asks. Stock. Moving on to the interior of the car. Well, the first thing you really notice is the wheel. This was off of FT86 Speed Factory. This was all a kit off of like Amazon. Some of the main things are just the shift knob. This is like a 4-pound shift knob. The stock one's only 1.5, I believe. This was just another Amazon buy. You're probably wondering what all these like little lights are right here on the side. I'll have to turn off the lights and show you guys what that is. But basically, this one down there controls these. In the during the day they're a little bit harder to see, but yeah, these change colors. So you know, there's like a red, green, blue. Heck, you could even do like, there's like a multicolor. And if you want like normal star, they all twinkle too. I don't know if the camera will catch it, probably not. I do plan on putting the starlights in this trunk liner back here as well. Future video coming. As you can tell, music is everything to me. I decided to put two 10-inch Rockford Fosgates. They're the P2s. There's just like a few different levels. This is about like the middle level. They obviously shake this small of a car. I had to kind of like put some sound deadening paper behind this whole thing because it was rattling the entire trunk, but they work pretty well. So some of you might be thinking this doesn't look like the typical Subaru logo. Well, we just wrapped the original one with kind of like white vinyl and like a black outline for the stars, and the back we did, well, pretty much the opposite. Did the black with the white and this black strip. So all the lights we tapped into a live fuse in the fuse box running off the battery, so that way we can turn off on the lights if you're ever at like a car meet and you don't want to keep the car running. So first one, let's see. All right, ooh, yeah, there's a few different settings on here. So this is the underglow. Kind of runs from the front all the way to the sides, down to the back. And you can switch it. There's like a darker blue, a green. You can go, that's white. I don't know why it's not showing white on camera. But there's a purple, there's yellow, there's orange. Yeah, so all different colors. It can like jump, it can fade, all that type of stuff. Yeah, so that's the underglow. Different remote. So many remotes, confusing. For up here, this is the front grille and engine bay lights. So basically this kit off Amazon was pretty cheap. We basically just, it came with 4 lights. We put 2 of them, I don't know if you can see it, under the bumper, and to kind of make it look like it's lighting up the intercooler or like the front grille, and 2 of them in the engine bay to kind of like reflect off the turbo a little bit, and that also changes colors too. So yeah, the starlights, that's a separate remote as well, and together you can put them all in one color here. Let's see, kind of looks like that. Pretty slick. All right, so to kind of wrap it up for today, I thought I'd give you guys a sound test of the car. Obviously the camera won't do it justice. It's not the loudest, but it's just a nice sounding performance exhaust on a car like this. So yeah, here's a sound test of it.